Voice of Reason.
It's going down.
Sirius XM 98.
No homo religion, the rise of gospel hip-hop. Wow. We're going to talk about community service. We don't hear a lot about community service, but we're going to talk about all of these things and how it affects our relationship. Hip-hop is by far the most powerful culture on planet Earth.
You don't stop to the beat, y'all. If you don't stop, yes, y'all. If you don't stop, 1, 2, y'all.
Man-made is definitely not going to balance this thing out. Understand what Reborn is actually saying as far as the God consciousness is concerned. The Christianity that we have today, this concocted madness, is not going to do it. He's right. We need to press the cultural reset button. M.K. Ashanti said it in his book. Each generation must, out of relative obscurity, discover its mission, fulfill it, or betray it. That's a quote by Frantz Fanon. That brother Reborn is actually doing it. He's stepping up in his generation. He discovered his mission. Now he's left with at the crossroads to either fulfill it or betray it. And he's willing to step up to the plate and actually do it, standing on the shoulders of Public Enemy and Tupac, talking about God consciousness. He may not be able to do it through that distorted, narrow lens through religion and Christianity, the one we have today. He probably have to go back to the essence that gave birth to hip-hop in order to do that.
Wow.
He talks about
Man.
that in his book, Hip-Hop Coded from its ancient origin to its modern-day matrix.
Wow. Professor Griff in the building. Tonight's topic, the anatomy of hip-hop. We're talking about the worldwide global influence of hip-hop. We're about to take a quick break. I'm finna go into this Tupac real quick. Holla at me in a minute.
You're listening to Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, on the FoxxHole. We'll be right back.
Father, forgive me if I must bother. Had to hit you on the ghost phone. Prayer altar, it's an emergency. Devil's been urging me. Sin underneath my skin needs some more surgery. Patch me up, back to my mission so urgency. And I won't stop until I drop, until they putting dirt on me. And even though it's getting so hot up in the kitchen, I let my faith work, transparent transmissions, invisible info, celestial visions, conversation with God, divine intervention, free from mental.
Yo, Zoe Williams back in the building. You're listening to Reborn. Let it play for a minute. I want to give it I want to compare it next to Jesus Walk.
Please, Lord, take this cup from me that I've been sipping. The wine of Babylon, the king with his weapon. This time it is my year. Ready to go.
That's kind of hot, though.
Facing all my fears. This time it is.
Would you buy this record? Somebody call me right now, 855-369-9898. That's a gospel Christian rap record. If you're just tuning in to the Voice of Reason, we're talking about the anatomy of hip-hop, an in-depth look at the world's most influential culture. And right now we're simply talking about religion. I mean, this is a cold record, bruh. Congratulations. That was tight.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
The track was banging, a little Drake-ish, I felt the roots. I felt all kind of flavorings around that.
Yeah, we trying, man.
What's the name of that record?
That's called Facing All My Fears, and that's on the Martyr mixtape. We had to put out the mixtape, man, to show that a gospel cat can compete on these $100,000 records.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, Griff, let's take some more callers. Of course, Professor Griff of legendary group Public Enemy is in the building right now. We're going to take some callers. I'm resetting the topic for you so you'll understand what we're talking about, the anatomy of hip-hop culture, an in-depth look at the world's most influential culture. Of course, we're talking about all of the things that hip-hop contains in it, and of course there's some contradictory things. Of course, we say nigga, other people can't say it. Records like that. There's hypermasculinity, there's misogyny, there's all kind of things going on in hip hop, and it's kind of crazy. But I want to talk about all of these things, and we want to get to the callers as well. Remember, but don't forget, this is a relationship show, and of course, all of this has to do with how hip hop affects our relationships. I mean, we had the brother on, M.K. Asante Jr., the young professor brother, and he was explaining how hip-hop really teaches us, man, how to interact with each other, how it teaches a young boy how to be a man. He even says some of the hip-hop artists stand in as father figures. This is a cold situation when you start listening to the content of the music. So really quickly, let's go to Big Chris from VA. Big Chris. Big Chris. I think we lost Big Chris. Tim from North Carolina. Let's go. That's T.
Hello?
T, what up?
Yeah, T, what's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. What's happening?
Man. Ain't nothing. I just wanted to say something about this hip hop, how it's gotten away from us. You know, you got the kids watching. The kids are paying attention to this, and you got to look at entertainment itself. It's entertainment, but it's drawn away from entertainment because they live by what is being said. They live by it's being taught to them on how to be a man or how to treat a woman. It's a teaching our generation, you know. I mean, I came up in Harlem with the Grand Theater, Wizard Theater. You know, I came up with the what's it, Kumo D and all that. And it's different nowadays. It's all about go get a car, a nice car, the jewelry that you have. It's not like it was back then, you know, when it was Cold Crush Brothers, and, you know, we go to PAL. It's totally different now. It's totally different now, man. And the kids are watching, and like the gentleman just said, it's a father figure to most of the generation kids today. You know, it's not more or less entertainment to them because they're looking for somewhere to identify with. And a lot of our kids in our community are searching for identity.
Wow,
and
man.
When you got something knowing where as far as how to treat your girl and hold this and hold that, and you know, the kids are paying attention to this.
Wow.
7, 14 years old, they're looking at this, and that's how they portray their life to be.
Wow,
you
man.
know?
Thank you. That's heavy information. T just dropped a whole load of it on us, and we got to take this into consideration because guess what? A lot of the parents today are children and byproducts of the hip-hop generation. You know, this ain't the same generation that was raised on Marvin Gaye. This is a different kind of generation. This ain't the same folk that was raised on Gladys Knight and the Pips. This is a whole different movement now, and we raising children differently. Terrence from PA, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Let's talk.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's happening?
I'm doing good. I just want to say that this hip hop that's being played now, you can't play it later. You won't go to a Missy Elliott old school concert or a Lil Wayne old school concert. It's so terrible that once it comes out, that's it. Like I still go to Slick Rick, you know, Naughty by Nature, you know, Lords of the Underground. I can go to those shows, and everybody can go to those shows. And I'm starting to see younger folks at those shows because the hip hop now is so terrible. They're starting to not listen to it.
Wow. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate that. Phil from AZ, it's your time to speak on it.
So, and the
what
panel.
up, man? Thanks for waiting, brother.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted to make a quick list and a quick comment. I'll say Lauryn Hill, MC Lyte, Public Enemy, Nas, and Rakim, and KRS-One. Some of the best and most positive around, still to this day.
Wow. Wow. Man, appreciate the call, man. That was a great list. Thank you very, very much. We've got a 57.